Well, out for another walk today. And I've kind of been avoiding this place because it gets really, really wet and we've had a lot of rain. So I haven't come here, but I'm going to show you this boardwalk because this is all swamp, and they have built this boardwalk so you can walk through here. It gets pretty wet and it can get pretty icy, but it hasn't rained in a couple of days and it's cold. So one good thing about it being cold is a lot of it is frozen, although if you can see here, it's gotta go slow because it is icy and slippery. Whoa. Oh. Well, luckily though, I don't mind this as much as the mud because I don't really want to bathe the dogs again. So yeah, the rest of it seems pretty good. I mean, I got through that if you just go slow. And let's make sure, yep, Laney's here. Anyway, yeah, it's freaking cold, and I had video review today where I review these videos of people doing canine conditioning, and there was one girl who was somewhere where it was nice and warm, and she had on short sleeves, and yeah, there were palm trees and stuff, so yeah, I was kind of jealous because it's cold, and I don't know, winter's here, I get so pale, and my skin likes the summer. Anyway, but it's good to get out. Tonight, I'm going to meet up with old coworkers at my last job before I retired, and going to meet up with a bunch of them for happy hour, so that should be fun. And yes, I'm just wearing the dogs out so that they don't mind being left home without having the mama there, you know. Anyway, I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see. Pretty gray skies, clouds. That's this area, Rochester area. A lot of clouds in the winter time. Well, I guess that gives us something to look forward to, right? And it's good because it's cold. This section here isn't too muddy because this can get really muddy. Alright, I'm gonna turn this off for a bit before the dogs drive you nuts with their barking. Look, ice. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off for a little while. So a lot of times when I come here, I just do this whole field, and basically there's a path that goes around this whole field. I'm not really sure how far it is, but I know a lot of people who come here to run the field. It's pretty flat, and other than a couple of low spots in the back where it gets wet, you know, it's a pretty flat, you can see trail's pretty flat. But today I am gonna go straight and go up near where the creek kind of runs through, just because, all up until where the mud starts, just because last time I was here there was a guy hiking and he went straight, so I decided I was going to go around the field instead. There's a nice forest, wooded area up here, and I kind of like the woods. So these are the woods that I like. This little road goes right up through here, and I imagine it's for access for the agricultural fields that are near here for the farmers, but yeah, these woods are nice. A lot of beech trees and birch trees and some maple trees. It's really nice. There's some hickory, shagbark hickory. It's a nice little wooded section. I think I found some mushrooms out there too at one point, one fall. I had passed these people with a pug that was not happy about my dogs. I mean, I had put my guys on leash as soon as I saw them, but and the lady had picked up her pug, but wasn't very friendly. So this is the little creek area, and I didn't have my phone out, but there must have been a bunch of geese that were here, and I flushed them out. I must have scared them. They made a lot of splashing, so I thought for a minute that it was a deer splashing through the water, but you know, it was the birds. Everything looks so different when it's winter. I mean, you definitely can see a lot more of the landscape because there's no foliage, but you got drainage coming through here. There's a drain pipe. And this doesn't look all that sturdy. Okay. It's interesting that the water's so low right in here, because everywhere else it's high. And then this is a crazy worn out bridge. I'm hoping at some point somebody helps replace this. And you see big gaps. Crooked bridge. Let's hope that it's not gonna break. And it's so slanted. If I knew how to work with wood, I would participate on these maintaining trails, but I don't. Yeah, it can get kind of icy, the wood, you know. There's another bridge. And more holes in the bridge. And look at all those downed trees. Holy moly. somebody was so kind as to put the roofing stuff here so that you don't slip. Here is where it usually gets kind of muddy, but I guess it's cold enough right now that it's not. These like little wood platforms make it a little easier. And this is part of the Crescent trail. It hooks in, there's a whole network of trails, and there's like the orange part of the Crescent trail and yellow and blue, and they all kind of hook into each other at some point. And I did not put on my tracker, so I'm not tracking the mileage that we walked or tracking my hike, which I always seem to forget about. And I did see a deer stand, so I guess they do hunt out here, but look at that. Some bird's been pecking away at things. Well, I guess I am glad it's cold enough, because normally this is pretty mucky, and it's not right now, so that's good. Good job walking over those. Good job. Wow, check out this tree. That is pretty gnarly with all these burls. I think that's what they call them. But yeah, it's pretty cool looking tree. It's got all these little knots on it, and I think that's what they call them, but wow, cool tree. Oh, it's neat. There must be, I don't know, and that one over there has things growing out of each of those little knots. Interesting. I thought that those burls were formed because of, like, I don't know, disease or something like that, but, or something. Here's another one. I'll have to look it up and add it later in the edit. And then these have like shoots growing out of the tree where those spots are. It's pretty cool. Neat for. So yeah, I turned around, I don't know, a ways back, and headed back because it was starting to get late and I got places I gotta go and stuff to do. But since I had forgotten to turn on the tracker for the hike, I turned it on when I turned around to come back. So when I get back to the car, whatever the mileage is that we hiked, I'll just multiply it by 2, and there we go. That's how far I walked. But yeah, and then I did find a map that showed where they all connect. So yeah, it was kind of cool. All right, I'll check back with you guys when I get back to the car. All right. Okay, so we're back at the car, and it said 1 mile, 0.35. So multiply that times 2, and that's 2.7 miles. So that was good. It was a good walk. Anyway, I'm gonna head home, try to do something with this hair before I go out, and get something to eat. Okay, catch you on the next one.